really call yourself people? I don't know if anybody's coming in. I'm just decided to go live on a spur of the moment because I haven't been live in a while. And I just wanted to talk about the space that I am in and what I have been doing since I haven't been going live. Been doing a lot of revamping. Revamping is good. Change is good. I'm doing a lot of changes with myself and the nation. We have had a lot of people join and a lot of people, sharing ideas of how we can actually make a movement, how we can actually change things for us. You know, I've decided that I don't want to link up with just people because they're popular. You know, Grand Rising. I decided I don't want to link up with people just because they're popular. Grand Rising, Kathy. I didn't know if anybody see this. As you can see, I'm working, and I decided to go live. I've been having many meetings, and you've been in there, Kathy. And this is where my headspace is. I'm so tired of seeing our people arguing and fighting and doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like we're on a hamster wheel, you know? Excuse me. It's like we're on this hamster wheel and we won't change. And I am so tired of just arguing with each other. We have more space to argue with each other than to be mad at the people who it's good to see you too. And instead of being mad with the people who put us in this state. Y'all might not see me on screen. I'm over here on this other side fixing this bed. My season is slowing down. And like I said, I've been revamping. What do I want to talk about? I haven't been live in a while because I want to be authentic. If I go live, what can I bring y'all? What is it that I'm doing that can help my people? We've done some great things. And some of the updates on UEOA is we are creating our own news channel, our own newspaper. We're going to have a digital paper and we're going to have a regular paper. Grand Rising, I'm on this other side. So if you are checking in, thank you, like, and share. Blessings to you. So, what we have been doing, if you would go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, we have the UEOA report. It stands for the United Empires of Akebelon. So let me get on to that. No, I don't. I want to change the name from Akebelon, but we put so much into it. And I wish our people wouldn't worry so much about titles. That's our problem. We care so much about titles, and we're not really caring about what's really going on with us. Grand Rising, everyone. Brandon, Donna, Black Love, Kathy. So basically, we're going to do a news station. So all of you that are paying your dues to the United Empires of Akebelon, there is a 5-year commitment plan on our website, and then there's a donation website. We are building a newspaper because I found out that I am not going to keep forming and conforming and changing to get my message out because the powers that be own the websites that we use to get our messages out. So the only thing we could do is be cordial on these social media pages, and then on our paper page, we go hard. It's going to be uncut in the truth. So the things I want to say to you, we're going to have to invest in each other. It's going to be in the paper. And we want you to know. And we keep up with our reports. The group of us that's been together, all money is going towards land. Shout out to Queen Amadeus Shakur. Shout out to Michi X. Shout out to Kathy. Shout out to Pride of Bentley, Black Love, Pablo X, African Town Coalition. Shout out to A Million Counts. Shout out to all of y'all out there in LA. Shout out to all the people who have been working with me behind the scene. Black Mama. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to everyone that has been helping. Now, if you go to the website, it's going to be some difference. We've been playing around with it to add our newspaper in. So now when you go to the website, it's going to be a big landing page. And that's so that you can get to the newspaper. But if you hit enter the site, it's going to take you over to the site. We're going to be making some changes because we want to, the paper is where us as a nation is going to have our voices. What are we as a nation? When we say the United Empires of Akebelon, as I said back, our business is not going to be online. We are online presence and we are online micronation. But when you sign up on our micronation, means that you agreeing in your heart that you are doing the things that is going to put us first. This is where we're drawing the line. We are not trying to get people on our newspaper and on our sites that is going to be sitting up here acting like they B1 foundation, whatever, but yet getting money out the black community just to go take it back to the white community. We work too hard to bust our asses at these jobs. You see what the hell I'm doing? In these streets, in these different organizations, all of us. It's time that we start taking a look at ourselves and understand that we working too damn hard. So we coming out with this newspaper. The digital version will be clean because we don't want them shutting us down like they always do. But the paper, we want y'all to sign up and pay for that because the proceeds is going to buy towns for us. That's why I was saying thank you to all the people because we went together and we're getting land. We showed that a few of us can come together. It was five. How many of us was it? And it wasn't to leave nobody out. Sometimes you're going to go on private ventures, but we still do it in the name of us. It was buying some private land. It was over 36 acres and two, it was four families. Four families, each one of us put in over $5,000, almost $6,000. Within a month, we came up with $20,000 and we put down on land and we're doubling up on the payment. Thank you, Kathy. I ain't want to put us out there because we wanted what I'm the type of person why you don't see me going live because I ain't gonna keep talking you bullshit. I'm about it. I'm about my business. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Stuff happen. It crumbles. We got to build back. But I want to show you we're human. But this is what our human black or brown or melanin, whatever we're gonna call ourselves, because I get tired of arguing with us about what we should call. We'll be walking down the road and we get caught up. Hey, don't call yourself black. Don't call yourself this. Don't call your. I ain't got time for all that. All that wasted energy and breath. We could be fighting our enemy. But we got four families, and I am a testimony of how we can do stuff together as black people. See, I've been trying to work and pay my part. My husband, Kathy, them, it's a couple of us. I'll let them put their names in the chat if they want to say who, because it's not my business if we went in a deal to tell their part, but this is my part. On my part of the land, one of the families agreed to put 2 acres with mine. On my part of the land, I'm gonna have so many acres for my ranch, but we don't know what the law is. I want to start a little black community up there in a solar farm, meaning it's peaceful. Somebody that want a little house away from a house and want to buy a little plot. I don't know if that can happen. We still got to have their laws. See, no matter how much we put in, see how we bought this, but yet we still got to abide by their laws. That means the people in the top is the power. That means money is not power. Unity is power. And this paper is going to be used to get messages out that they keep blocking us from saying on here. So you're going to have the digital version, and then you're going to have the actual paper version. This is not the paper, but I've been getting it and doing my research. And I'm going to say something about this, and I'm going to do a separate video because I said I'm supposed to be making the bed, so I'm holding up the team. See how even though we own the business, I still have to hold my damn self accountable for stuff. That's what y'all need to do. When you get up every day, what are you doing? What I love about our four families that came in this group, we did it. We did it with people who were ready to jump in. And it's like an experiment. We all came up with almost $6,000. And the other one said, if you don't got it, Queen, I got it. We was telling each other, if you don't got it, when we start making this payment, if anybody fall behind, the other queen said, I'll pick up your payment. I'll pick up this. Then we started saying, let's double up on our payments because it was one payment, but we split it up. We put down the money. Then it was one payment. We split that payment. We seen how much it was for per family. Then we decided to double those payments because we want to pay this land off within a year or two. We are going to write that out, and because we wanted to set an example. I wanted to show how you can do things and speak. So that leads me back to the paper and the people we follow. All the little donations, my little channel, my followers, all of us, I call us the 300. We small, but we strong as fuck because it's in this. When we got our stuff together, we up here, I'm just so excited because we could do so much. But at the end of the day, I'm reminded when I can't do what I want is that the land is ours, but the rules and the system belongs to who? Our open enemy. And an open enemy is going to make rules that only benefit them and not their people. So we also got some more land. Oh, I ain't tell you about that. My hubby and his family been working on it, and we got some more land. We got to work with. We got a nonprofit and to work with because his family is older. They're allowing us to use their land for our projects. So that's 12 or more acres of farmland. We're trying to get it together because we can't always go farm. So we trying to get together a program where we can have people live on the land and help farm it. And voila, here go our food. And I'm saying this to say this, saying that to say this. The people that you follow online, the people that's doing stuff, shout out to Goddess Masterpiece too. I don't know if I ain't say her name. It's a lot of people. Y2 Kenya, shout out to you, King. It's a lot of people I talk to behind scenes because I'm really trying to see what's what's gonna get us some real freedom before we lay our eyes. If we gonna keep with this system of our black leaders fight till they die, then we sit up here and make a holiday out of it. What are we really trying to do? So if a lot of us can get together, and 4 families of us can get together and make a sacrifice and put down 5,000 apiece, and we came up with $20,000 in 1 week. Well, it took a month or something, but we came up with it. If we can get 1,000 black people, 1,000 people, you ain't got to be black. If these white people claim that they tired of the system and they want change, then they should grant us our freedom and support us. Because once we get on our feet, that's when the crime rate gonna go down. But long as you keep a race of people poor and uneducated and left out, this is why we have the America we have. And the only reason that America wants that is so that they can benefit off of it and capitalize. That's why you got prisons and the school to prison pipeline. We know this. But if we can get 1,000 of you that look like us or that have our mind, then we can actually have $1 million. There's a town for sale in an island. I said it before, but it's going to be in the paper. I'm not going to tell y'all where it's at because our enemy got open ears. Every time that we get ready to go buy something, they shut it down. Y'all just going to have to learn to damn start trusting each other. We're not and shout out to Umar and everybody else. I know they did work, but a lot of these people, they raise money and they want to raise money to live like the enemy, not to get rid of the enemy. And so, even though Umar and all them raised money in some of our schools, we got it. We got it in the making. Together with the 9 to 12 acres I got and the other 12 acres of farmland, we sitting on 24 acres, some for housing and some for the farm. We're trying to create a farming school. The farm is in Alabama. We're trying to set it up where we can give donations and wood and stuff. Well, we're trying to create a program, something like is it Habitat for Humanity, where you help build your house and HUD, and we're trying to do so many acres going to be for a small community of people or family that want to learn farming. So you're not going to just live here, but you're going to get something out of your residence. We're going to make this a community. You're going to have to donate some of your time. So everybody that is listening, and I'm going to write up a letter, Kathy has been in there. We're asking people, if you got money, we're asking you to donate time. We're asking people to donate us 8 hours of your time a month. If you can't do 8, 3 to 5. And what we gonna do with them hours is that somebody know how to work on websites, somebody know how to push out something. Can y'all give time? Because a lot of us ain't got the money. But if we start building our communities in unity, we'll be blessed. You'll have somewhere for your children and children to go to. Are the people that you're giving your money to trying to put money in your pocket or trying to build communities where you can actually go to, that you can actually visit, whether it's a vacation spot that you don't have to spend your money over here, or whether it's a community where you can buy a house in a safe Black community? We teamed up with a lot of the military groups. Like I said, some of the new age Black Panthers, old Black Panthers. I'm friends with some of them. We know there's a lot of people out here being ops. But you know what? I'm so tired of it. It's like eventually we gotta pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps once more again. We know the tricks that they play, but it is what it is right now. These people ain't giving us reparations or protection. So what we gonna do? We need 1,000 Black people or 1,000 people. Universe, call Pride Bentley. I am all things needed for this universe to survive. We need 1,000 Black people, and I'm gonna put up the pictures of the town. Some of the towns that we want to buy, I'm gonna put it up. You can look it up. Towns for sale. You can do what I do. Some of these towns are $2 million. Some of them $1 million. Some of them $3 million. And then there's an island. There's this one particular island I want us to invest in. It's $4 million. If we could get 2,000 people to put in $1,000, or 1,000 Black people to put in $2,000, we'll have the money down for the island. That island could be just for vegetation. It's some wetlands, it's undeveloped, or that island could be for a space for us to come. It could be the houses, and it could be a getaway. What you don't know is that some islands have went up for sale since this COVID. There's a lot of developed and undeveloped islands. The developed ones cost a little bit more money because that means that they already done had plumbing and electricity ran through them. The islands I'm talking about, it's going to cost less to develop these. It's still going to cost some money, but it'll cost less because of how close they are to us in the United States. So I'm not talking about no island to get us out way out there and be sitting ducks. No. There's some towns and there's some islands. We trying to buy houses. The amount of money that all of us is buying these houses and sneakers, we could buy a town. And each one of us can have a house. Might not be the best houses, but we could remodel. We need people that's going to volunteer their time. It was some of y'all people that signed up with the nation, and we sent some emails back, but I guess we got to do it again because it took us a while to get things together. But we're trying to get people to volunteer their time. Can people that's wanting to go on vacation, can you separate your vacation, come to Alabama, and help plant some muscadines or some grapes? Can we change how we're going to spend our money next year and our time? Can we invest in ourselves starting this year on up to next year and see the result together? Huh? Just like I want to address the foundational Black American people. I was going to do a different video. I'm with them, and then I'm with them, and I'm not. I'm not with the we ain't gotta bash each other and stuff like that. I'm with them because it's common sense. They ain't gotta say it in a certain way, and we ain't gotta be angry, and they ain't gotta act like no cult. But you cannot go to Jamaica and get nothing. You can't go to Europe and get nothing. What they get in Jamaica, they have for them. You could go to Africa and get something from Ghana and certain places, but there are no programs set in place over there because they fought with their own blood, sweat, and tears against a system that had been robbing them and making them work for free. They had the sugar canes, we had the cotton and all that other stuff over here, peanuts and labor. It was all of us all over. But everybody gets paid different. There are some reparations that if the FBA look that all of us need to get, and it's some that should be only designated to us because it was our grandparents and our parents that died on this land, and that keep saying the ones that like us now getting censored when you say something the truth, getting beat and hung and lynched. Did they have lynchings over there? The difference is, it's not saying I don't believe in calling them tethers and something, but the difference is we fought over here and they come over here and get what we fought for while we're still being left behind, even though we all look the same way. Now, what can help is that if we talk with our brothers and sisters and the immigrants and use the system for each other and tell our brothers and sisters, and they need to listen, let's school them. Let's tell them what happened, and let's find ways where if they get the benefits, they start doing business with us. We cannot keep fighting among each other. Then when we get our reparations, they should cheer us. When we get us together, then we go after their reparations over in Jamaica. Or they have foundational Black Jamaicans and foundational Black Africans. Let's do the foundational Black Americans, where each person had their own destruction. Each one of our different Black groups or melanated groups, whatever we want to call ourselves, we went through our own struggles and our different governments. So different governments owe us different stuff. If we really want to know the truth, we all should be going after Britain. The British government owes us all. See, that's where we're backwards. Foundational Black Americans, America owes Americans what they keep stealing from us. Britain, whatever, the United Nations and the UK, the British, because they done divided so many times, they owe us all. They're the ones started the whole slave trade and provided the boats. Queen Elizabeth provided the boats for the slaves. So let's go deeper and let's stop trying to stop. Let's stop fighting each other on this path. It's like we walk in this path. This is white supremacy. We walking to fight white supremacy, and we fighting right here. We can't even get to them. We just need to be educated on how to fight. When you're fighting a war, you got different soldiers in battles. That's why I always like the movie The 300 and Black and Wakanda. What happened in 300? They put the worst of the worst up front. They had to get different groups, different military. What happened in Wakanda? It was different Black groups, but they knew they had to fight for their existence, and that's where we're at. Foundational Black Americans are who they are. They let them fight. Because in the end, if they win some reparations, all you foundational non-Black Americans gonna spend that money and you gonna be glad. So let's use common sense. If they go to that rally, let our brothers and sisters fight. Let's not condone calling each other tethers and downing each other. But the fight is the fight. Use common sense. Why should the other immigrants come over here? They're no different than the Chinese, them. But when our brothers and sisters come over here, let them get some of this money and let them funnel that money back into our businesses. Then we got money. Let them teach us stuff about their cultures, and we teach them what's going on. That was the whole point of the United Empires of Akibalon. That's the whole point of this micronation, because they keep us barrier. They have barriers because we don't understand each other. So let's understand each other. What is our worst thing against us? Is knowledge and wisdom. They use our own knowledge and wisdom against, we use it against each other. So we gotta, when you thinking of war, we playing chess, not checkers. Checkers, you just jump the man and get it over with. A checker game can last for years. A chess game can last for years. I've told y'all that. So this is why I'm gonna, when you see the paper, and if you see somebody from Foundational here, if you see this and that, don't say, oh, I ain't gonna deal with that group. We're not a group. We're the table. We're the Black, melanated, whatever you want to call it, United Nations, for all our Black groups to come together. Foundational Black Americans, what you got? What kind of guns you bringing to the table, to this war of white supremacy? Okay? African Town, what you bringing? What other groups out there? The Moors, what they got? NOI, what they got? It's time we bring our armies together and stop thinking that we're fighting separate and that our one group is the shit. That one group is going to come in here and settle everything, because if we do get them reparations, it's going to be just like PPP. They tested us with the PPP. We got them PPPs and we still don't own a motherfucking town. A general town like the project. See, a lot of black groups are going together and they're getting their towns, but it's not a general town. It's not a general program. There's not a system in place. With the UEOA that we're building is a system. We're putting a system in place. And we need all our armies. We need all of us in this system. So that's what we need to really understand. What are we doing? We got a system, and I'm trying to play a system. So we trying to build a page. We asking everybody to go follow the UEOA report. That's the UEOA report. That's the name of the paper. The nation is the United Nations of Akivalon. You're going to reach our paper online by going to the United Empires of Akivalon.com. The paper, you're going to reach us in the paper, and the newspaper that's going to be mailed out is going to be something like this. Like I said, this is not it, but that's going to have our unfiltered voices. And the whole point of the paper is the table, so that we can all come to the table and plan out the strategy of war. We're at war. Everybody says it. We got the Black Panthers and the New Age Black Panthers and different coalitions to be our military. We coming up on the website in a couple of days, well, in about a week or two. The uniforms are going to be up there. There's going to be separate meetings offline because our micronation founders and governors and generals are going to be meeting separate. Y'all going to have separate uniforms and stuff that we want you to order. But for the general public, so that we can represent us in together, there's going to be uniforms and t-shirts so that you can go out in your community and represent unity. Represent that we do have a system in place. Representing that we are building the system. No, it's not perfect, and no, we're not. The system is just that we all, as a group, agree to one thing. And as the United Empires of Akivalon, we just setting the standard of we putting us first. If we got to argue and fight with each other, we're going to do that behind scenes on a Zoom or something. The only way they're going to know it is if they steal the Zoom. That's the update. My update is this. I will not be reaching out. I'm going to 613. I will not be reaching out to no black person or organization that I don't think is giving back to us. If your organization is about trying to deceive your people just so that you can get money from your people, you're nothing but a hole in the black revolution leaking out our dollars. If you're getting our dollars and you doing this and that and that, 613 today, I thought. 315. Look on them. Um, if you or your organization or your black business gets black dollars only to run around and wear Louis Vuitton and all your slave masters and all your oppressors labels, unless you got that from a pawn shop or from a darn thrift store, I don't need you under here because your mind ain't right. Your mind telling you you need these expensive designer labels so that you can show your change to your brothers and sisters. I don't need no shiny chain. I don't need nobody over there shining their chain. I need somebody ready to take the clampers and clip them chains off. I need us to go back to where we didn't care about designer labels, and that's how we built towns. When you seen all them black people in them towns and stuff in Black Wall Street that y'all love to yell and all that, you ain't see them wearing no goddamn Louis Vuitton and all that other bullshit. You saw them with suits. You saw them with stuff that came from their own stores. You didn't see them wearing damn Nikes and all that stuff. Now, what we're going to have to understand is there is a lot of companies that are for us, but they just did. We're going to have to use what we got until we get what we want. Imagine a town where every business you go to is owned by us. Then let them come out of their communities and have to come to us to get their products. Stop taking our products to their communities where they benefit them. They don't need to be. We go in our community. You can't even set up in a store. You know it's a struggle. Go put a black store in a all white mall. What it has to be? It has to have stipulations so that it can be appearing as close to white as it can be. And that's that unspoken racism of the system that we living in. Let's create our new system for us. That's the only way things gonna change. When we create our system and start living by our system, we ain't gotta fight them. We ain't gotta march. We ain't gotta do a lot of stuff. If we get in our protected safe spaces that we create, their system will have to dissipate. It's already the American dollar already dying because it was based off of slavery. It wasn't based off of no natural resource. We were the natural resources. That's why they're mad to this day that we were free because we were their free money. Now back there, like I said, we got to get our shit together. I'm gonna go to work. We're gonna go back live, but go over out there, like, share. If you go to the nation page, like I said, we were testing out some stuff. The first banner that's going is gonna be a landing page for the newspaper, but it's gonna link you to all our websites. I mean, to our social media pages. Our social media page, our newspaper, the UEOA report is the voices for all of us. We built the table to give ourselves a voice. Stop going to these people platforms arguing with them. Stop going to their places and expecting them to play what you want them to play. Get some power. Let's get back to what they took from us. We integrated, and that's what fucked us up. Now it's time to separate. And y'all keep yelling separation. Put up your $1,000. Even though our site say $10 a month, because I know how people is. That's gonna cover our magazine a little bit. But in order to get a voice, like they say, in order to get some, we got to spend some money with each other. Yep, I'm asking y'all for money because that's the only way we're going to buy a million damn dollar town. It's a million of us poor ass black people. If we all put in $10 or $100, how much we got? $10, we got $10 million. Come on. Let's do the numbers and stop playing dumb dumb. Be blessed because I got to go to work and I'll be back with you. Peace.